soul-stirring episode of She Decides, host Staci Swiderski sits down with Samantha Giordano, founder of Intuition Kicks, a luxury women's sneaker brand handcrafted in Italy and built on the belief that intuition and empowerment belong in every step we take. After years of battling anxiety and depression, Samantha's journey of self-discovery through therapy, spirituality, and manifestation led her to create something much bigger than a fashion label, a movement that merges mental wellness with personal style. Each pair of Intuition Kicks carries an intentional message, a motivational insole quote, a tarot card ritual, and a reminder to trust your gut and move boldly towards your purpose. Together, Staci and Samantha explore how to align business with soul, the power of listening to your inner voice, and how following intuition can lead to transformation, one inspired step at a time. Because when she decides to follow her intuition, she steps into her true power. You know who made it.
Welcome, everybody, to our next episode of She Decides. I am your host, Staci Swiderski, and we have our lovely guest today, Samantha Giordano, who you also go by Sam, right? So Samantha, Sam. All right, awesome. And you are the founder of Intuition Kicks, which I find to be very inspirational.
Yes. Confused with that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's inspiration, intuition. If somebody's going to confuse it, that's the way to go, right? I mean, they're both positive. But you are a mental health advocate, which really inspired the Intuition Kicks, and founder, entrepreneur. So this is going to be a really, really fun and just meaningful episode. So let's get into it.
Do it.
All right. So let's start right at the beginning. What really inspired you to start Intuition Kicks? I mean, it's very original.
Yeah, I've struggled with mental health and anxiety my whole life, and I feel like I always was looking for like a way to have it be, to connect with other people. And a few years ago went through a lot of life changes. I ended up getting divorced and losing over 100 pounds, and like my whole entire life just completely shifted. And I actually have been an entrepreneur for over 10 years now. I own another business where I sell commercial furniture. I'm an independent manufacturer's rep. And I've been doing that for a long time. And I was like, I want to start something more passionate that really like fuels my fire. So I actually was in a spin class, and I was thinking of all these different like business ideas, and I came up with Intuition Kicks. And it's really, I love sneakers. They're really fun. I love like wearing them. And so I was like, why don't I bring a mental health piece to sneakers? Because I see all these other brands, these clothing brands and stuff that have little sayings or meanings to help with your, mental health stuff. And I was like, there's no sneaker that does that. So
I have never heard of it.
I've
until now.
It. Each sneaker has a motivational quote in the insole. So when you're stepping into your shoes, you're reminded of that quote and kind of like can help you get through the day and make you feel more empowered. And there's just like a lot of intention and meaning behind the brand.
I mean, it's so purpose driven. I love it.
Yes.
That's great. And how many how many styles do you have?
So right now we have three different styles and 3 different quotes, and 2 colorways of each style, but same quote. And we are working on, we have a high top coming out, which is by far my favorite sneaker.
Very cool.
I can't wait for it to be released. And we have a whole design collection that's going to be coming out in the next, hopefully like within the next year. So all different quotes. One day I hope to be able to just let people do custom quotes that they can put in their insole, but that's maybe down the line. We just launched a few weeks ago, so we're still just brand new and getting everyone to know about the brand.
Well, congratulations. It's incredible.
Thank you.
I mean, this is going to get big. I know it is. I mean, it's wow. It's amazing. What a brilliant idea. And again, you already had the entrepreneurship in you, right? Since you have your furniture company, but to do something that you have just lived through and bring that to the fruition of another company, that's amazing. And so, I mean, it's almost like, people work out to get their stresses, you work out for stress, you work out obviously for health, all this. But the fact that you put this into a fashion brand, I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah, I love fashion. I mean, as a little girl, I loved it. And I went to school for fashion marketing and worked at Nordstrom, and I was a boutique manager and all different things. And then I kind of went into furniture because my dad's an entrepreneur as well. And he started a construction business, and kind of that's like how the furniture thing came about. And I love doing that. I mean, I love sales and just being an entrepreneur, like meeting people, networking. It's just so fun. So I'm excited to like start a new chapter and do connect other women. That's like really what it's about. I love hearing other women's stories and like how they've followed their intuition and what they've struggled with and like adversed through. And
yeah, that's
really
well,
cool.
I'm definitely going to be a customer, so I'm going to order myself a pair too. I mean, I support that wholeheartedly. Well, and congratulations too on, I mean, you had mentioned you lost 100 pounds. I mean, that's significant. I mean, I know you said it was during the divorce, so I don't know if that's, you have the, but good can come out of divorce, right? I mean, it doesn't always have to be a negative thing either.
It did for me. And that's also part of sharing my story is I want women to know that there is like a positive to leaving something that isn't suiting you anymore. I just felt like I could have stayed, I could have been comfortable. And at the end of the day, I wanted to be out of my comfort zone. And one of my sneaker quotes is be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's my saying day in and day out. But especially going through divorce, it's so uncomfortable. Learning how to be alone again is so hard. You have all your friends and family and they're so supportive, but at the end of the day, you're going home to yourself. You don't have a partner, or, you're with someone for so long. I was with someone for 7 years. So to like start coming home and being alone and learning how to be alone and enjoy that was a struggle, but also like a blessing. It all worked out.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah, I think there definitely is positivity, that comes from that, and getting to, you learn new interests that maybe you always did as a couple, but now it's almost like a new life. Well, it is a new life, right?
Yeah.
And new hobbies and getting to know yourself better on the inside and being okay with being alone. I think that's so important. And I think your quote is great. And for sure, I think everybody really grows from being outside of their comfort zone. I mean, when you challenge yourself or you're doing something that you've never done before, I mean, it's like seeing a whole new world. And once you accomplish it and or are happy, you're like, oh my goodness, now I can do more and I can do more. And you just keep, building that up. And then at the end of the day, you're just like, wow, I can accomplish really whatever I want to. So
100%. And I love that. I love the power of learning from yourself and like learning within. I feel like everything you need is within yourself. And that's something a lot of people don't realize, but when they do, the sky's the limit.
It's so true. And the need to not have to be perfect, because nobody's perfect. I think so many of us are so hard on ourselves, and I get it. We want to always do the best we can do, but I think we need to be okay with not being perfect. I think happiness is so much more important than perfection. And I think
I struggle
give
with that every day.
Yeah, right. I mean, and you had said that, this comes from the mental health piece, and that's not just something that goes away, right? Just like that. It's like, oh, well, I'm good now. I mean, people have challenges. So yeah, this is so inspirational, and wow. I mean, the fact that you created this brand from such a purpose in life is so unique, and it's so powerful. So I'm excited. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited too. I want it to be a movement. I really wanted to, be in your intuition era, like trusting your gut, following, following your dreams and like actually like manifesting them to happen. Each sneaker I did these beautiful, actually I want to beautiful like custom tarot cards by a local artist. And then on the back, I did a step-by-step manifestation ritual for the person to do before they put their shoes on. So it's actually the manifestation ritual that I use and has worked for me. And so I wanted to share that with others and let them do this ritual and put the piece of paper under your mattress or like wherever you sleep at night, and like let that like create and And as you're stepping in your shoes, each step is like towards that dream and that goal. So
I love that. I love that. I
yeah.
think, and to me, I'm a big nerd when it comes to like branding or packaging. I think there's like, whenever I order something, I think I'm just more interested in like, how is it coming packaged? That's so
Yeah.
exciting to me than the actual product sometimes. Like even for my company, when I order anything, I like to, make sure the tissue paper is really, it's meaningful and there's a nice message in there. Well, it's like, I've ordered from, what is it? Is it Rare Beauty with Selena Gomez? Is hers Rare Beauty? I think so.
Oh,
But she puts a little positive message in every one of the orders, whether it was a
I
little
love
tube of
that.
lipstick or whatever. And I mean, it's so touching. So I think this is, wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah, and the
amazing.
tarot card's beautiful. Like you can save it, put it wherever you want. And that's funny that you said that about the packaging because my packaging is very fun and colorful. And I'll just show you it. This is the box. So it's like this beautiful
Oh, love it.
ombre. And yeah, I put my tattoo actually like of a woman's face, and she's always the flowers are blossoming. So
That
it's
is
just always
gorgeous.
creating and dreaming, and even when you're going through your challenges, you're still feeling growth and blossom. The whole collection's actually called Blossom, but yeah, it's just this whole
Oh, I
brand
love
has like
that.
such a vision. And I'm someone who every year I collect like a memory box of all the like concert tickets and whatever I might collect throughout the year. And my intention before the shoe box was either it can be a shoe box, but it can also be like a memory box where like it's a keepsake. And every time you look at it, it's like, oh, these have my memories in them from 2025 or
Well, that's what
whatever.
I was just going to say. I'm like, this is a box that you can keep for storage to put
Yeah.
things in, and it's adorable
Yeah.
rather than just taking it and then having to break it down and, put it through
Yeah, and
recycle.
it
This is
has
something
like
you
a
can
pull
keep.
tab too. So it's like
Oh, that is so
it's not
cute.
just an up. Yeah, it has like a
Oh my
smiley. It has
gosh.
our three company
I love
values:
it.
connection, confidence, self-expression. So yeah, it's every little detail I really like. I wanted to make sure that it was perfect and
Well,
like
that was
really
going to
me
be
and a
my
brand.
next question is all of the design and the detail, is that coming 100% from you and
Yes.
your,
Yeah.
really just your intuition, right? And, and your
Yeah, it's
creative.
once I started following my gut, I think for a long like even in my marriage, I feel like I knew he wasn't my person completely. Like I was like, we're happy and we're good, but like I don't know, there was something in my
You're like,
gut
I'm
always
living the
like saying
day by
something.
day.
And yeah, I'm just going through the motions. And it wasn't that it was a bad marriage, because it wasn't. It was just that like I just felt something was off and
Mhm.
I kept ignoring it. And I feel like that's why I like gained all of my weight too. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I was 225 pounds and I was working out every day. I was eating healthy. I would go to the doctors and be like, what is wrong with me? Like, and they were like, your blood looks great. Like nothing's happening. And I think it was just my body was just like layering me with like protecting me because I was just so
Well,
unhappy.
I
And
was going to say you had
yeah,
sadness within,
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
that was
And yeah, and the second obviously I left, like things changed. I think it was just I had to wait for the right time and and I think get the strength. Like I was working on myself and going to therapy and I love like Reiki. I have an amazing Reiki practitioner I go to, and I actually ended up getting my Reiki certification and my breathwork
oh, good.
certification because I just loved the modalities and like how they helped me, but I don't even really use them. I
Right,
should use
right.
them
But
more,
so
but
cool
like
though.
yeah, it was just like to learn those things and learn what if you go within and like work with your body and all these different motions, like things are going to change. It might not seem like they change right away. And that was something I struggle with. I'm always like, I want everything to happen now.
Oh, I am the most impatient person in the world. I just like, if I have a vision, I'm like, I just want to do it now. I just want to, and then
Yep.
I'm like, come on, like, but I know it doesn't work that way. We got to have patience a little bit, right? But oh, it's so hard, so hard.
Yeah, but I think I always was like, oh, is nothing's changing. But I think like as time went on, I got stronger and I was in certain scenarios that I think happened for a reason. Like I went to Montana on a writing retreat because I started writing a book. And I think eventually I kind of put that aside, but I think eventually
You'll pick it back up.
I'll pick it back up. But when I went on the writing retreat, I feel like I I was always scared of horses, and then one day I was in Montana, and they're like, "We're gonna go to a horse farm, and you're gonna like stand in the middle of a herd." And
And you're like,
see
oh
what
shit.
happens. And I'm like, what the hell? Okay, let's do this. But
Here I
they told
am.
me, they were like, horses are one of the most spiritual animals, and they're very intuitive, and they go off of their gut instinct and everything. And that really resonated with me. And so I was in the middle of a herd, and like certain horses come with their energy, come to you depending on how you're making them feel. So it was just like a really cool experience. And when I got back, I ended up finding a equestrian healer local to me, and I went to her. And the first time I went to her, I was just petting the horse, and she was like, let's talk about how you're feeling. And I just like waterworks,
Oh,
like constant waterworks. And I was like, what's happening to me? And
but
then
that's a good thing. I'm
yeah.
sure
And
they
when
saw
she
it as,
connected, yeah, when she connected with the horse, she saw this vision of me like floating down a river in an ice cube, and I kept trying to get out, and it kept freezing over.
oh
And
my
that was
goodness.
just like, that was the moment I said to myself, like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm changing my life, because that's how I truly felt. I just felt so stuck.
Right.
And when when I had that vision, I was like, okay, like there was no changing my mind. It was like, this is happening.
That was
I'm
it.
leaving. This was my sign. Life's too short. I mean,
So
I just feel
clearly
like,
that retreat was
yeah.
very successful.
Yeah, the
And
retreat happened, then I found the healing, the horse
yeah,
healing, and just everything
it's like
happened for a reason. It's
it's
so
all it
crazy.
all lined up, and then here you
Yeah.
are. And I mean, look how much you've accomplished. Again, stepping out of our comfort zone, right? And then you just
Yeah.
never know. The world really just kind of shifts for you, especially when you are, you're following your purpose
Yeah, go
and
with the flow.
happiness. Yes, go with the
I
flow.
I always struggle with that, and like I always, as an entrepreneur, I'm like, okay, I need this to happen now. And when I try to do that, nothing happens. It's like I have to actually go with the flow. And when I go with the flow, things start moving and aligning, and you got to
And I
trust
think really
trust it.
being true to ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And not fighting off all of, if it's a purpose or a passion that you're feeling, and it's okay to let that sit.
Yeah.
Manifest on that for a little bit, right? And then see what comes from it. And that was actually my next question for you, was about intuition, how it's obviously at the heart of your brand, and how is trusting your gut really shaped, not just your business, but also your personal healing journey. And that was actually, I have a question here for you, and I didn't even have
Yeah.
to ask it because we walked right into that one.
I love it.
We walked right into that. Um,
Yeah.
so how many, speaking of questions, how many women do you think that deal with anxiety and depression in silence? And what really gave you the strength to not only face it, but to build something powerful that's from within that? I mean, when you were going through that depression, and that really, that mental, those, I'm sure you've had breakdowns, and
Yeah.
did you seek out for support, or did you work through that in silence?
I had support. I have amazing friends and family that are supportive, but sometimes I still feel like you're in it alone, you're in your mind
Mhm.
a lot. That's what I struggled with, is I was in my head and listening to my head and not my heart. And, all the negative thoughts and things can get you really down. And I think you have to come to terms with that. I was like, okay, like I need to do something to change. What is that going to be? Working out is something that really helps me. And then I started doing therapy, which was very helpful. And again, doing like the Reiki and the breath work and those
Mhm.
types of things. Um, but yeah, even, I mean, for me, I'll be open about this. I mean, I never went on medication for it for
Mhm.
the longest time. And then a few years ago, I was like, you know what? My therapist was like, there's so many thoughts going on. I feel like something might just like help you alleviate like your constant battles of
Kind of bring it
battling
all.
with your mind.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, like, you know what? Let's just try something. And I ended up going on, like sertraline, and it changed my life. Like, I feel like it just made me more even keel, and
Sense
like
of
I felt like
calm.
my shoulders were like down, and I just was it was just life changing for me. So I think that's another thing. I was always like, I'm not going to go on anything. I don't need to. But when I did, it also really helped me with like just clearing my thoughts a little bit, and like,
Well, I'm sure, yeah, and it allowed you to collect your thoughts and probably even focus a little bit, so you
yeah.
can, like even with starting the intuition kicks and just being able
Yeah.
to really just ground it and just, otherwise I'm sure, like you said, your thoughts were all over the place, right? So,
Yeah.
and it was helpful
Yeah.
for you.
And
I think whatever helps help somebody. I think that's at the end of the day what's important, if it's helping you and it's beneficial.
yeah. And I think there's just like a stigma around mental health and medicine and all these different things. So it's just, do advocate for yourself and do what works best
Mhm.
for you. I think that's like one of the biggest things that's been around me lately is the advocation of,
Yeah.
doing what's best for you. Don't listen to anyone else. So, I was a people pleaser,
Mhm.
still am sometimes. I think a lot of us are. And yeah, I mean, it's like I want to make everyone happy, but at the end of the day, the person that I need to make happy that I'm with every day is me.
Is
So,
yourself.
yeah.
Absolutely. And as long as it's working for you, that's all that matters. And other people's opinions and judgments are, it really is irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got to do what you got to, to make yourself the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's so important. So your sneakers, and it's funny because I grew up I'm from Chicago, so it was for us always tennis shoes or gym shoes. So, but
Yeah.
I know it's all the same: sneakers, gym shoes, tennis shoes. Include obviously, like you had mentioned, the tarot cards and the manifestation rituals. And you had shared why it's important to really blend, that spiritual practice with a fashion product. Have you? I know you had mentioned this is a newer product, but have you had the feedback? Like, are the people receiving it on the other end? Do they know that that these are coming with the product, or is it kind of like a surprise? Like, oh,
It's a mixture. I mean, I do share that it will come with a tarot card,
sure,
but I did 4 different tarot cards and they're all at random. So I feel
oh,
like
very
when you
cool,
get your box, you don't know what tarot card you're getting. And I think that kind of within itself is its own hidden message of what you are meant to receive and what that tarot card means to you. There's like the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the Joker. So it's just kind of what are you going to get? And maybe looking behind and looking into that meaning a little more to
right,
see
right.
how it suits you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how cool too. Like, they're ordering the sneakers, right? And so that's the fashion piece, but they're really getting 4 amazing things in one order. They're getting the awesome, shoes, the sneakers. They're getting the really cool box, right? And
Yes.
then they're getting the tarot card, and then the message, the positive
Yeah.
message that you're adding in there. I mean, that is, I think that's genius, and the fact that you came up with all of that and you are the
Thank
inspiration
you.
behind it. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And yeah, then it comes with like a really cute dust bag as well. So that's fun. There's just like all these little elements to it
Oh my
too.
gosh.
And so the feedback we've gotten so far is the comfort is top notch, which I'm so happy. Like I did a specific insole that's kind of a little raised. So one, you're getting a little height with your sneaker, even no one sees that, but it also is just like a very nice cushion. So I've had people say that they didn't even have to break them in, that they wear them all day. One of my friends, she bought a pair. She's a huge like golden goose gal and always wears those, but she is a hairstylist and she wears them. She wore them
So
all
she's on her
day,
feet all
like
day.
12 hours. And she's like, I didn't have to break them in. They're so comfortable. Like, I can't even get over it. So it's just people bring brand awareness is what I'm trying to do. And
It's huge.
also
Yeah.
just once you put the shoes on, you're not going to regret it because the price point is high. They are $4.99 retail, but they
Mm-hmm.
are made in Italy at a beautiful factory there, and obviously the intention behind it, but then the comfort too. You're not just getting a fashion shoe that isn't comfortable.
I mean, I am literally feeling Sarah Blakely. You guys need to collide.
I know I
I
need to meet
mean,
her. Sarah.
yes,
She's one
yes.
of my idols. Like I literally,
She's
I love her.
amazing. She's
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, she has her sneaks brand, and I mean,
Yes.
literally, but the punch that you're bringing behind your sneakers with the messaging and all of that. I mean, literally. So Sarah Blakely, if you're
Yeah.
hearing any of this, definitely you need
Please reach
Samantha
out to
and
me.
Sarah. I mean, and it's even got Sam and Sarah. I mean, that's got a really good vibe to it, a good ring to it.
Yeah.
So
I've like
yeah,
messaged her and stuff, but she's like,
it's
she's
okay.
got millions of followers. One day
It,
we'll align. It will
You
happen.
will
I'm
manifest
manifesting
it.
it.
Manifest that. Yes, manifest
Yes.
that. And she, you just never know. So definitely, but definitely keep that goal in mind, because it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll
I
happen.
love reading all like the stories of, I don't know, on Instagram, just of everyone, all the founders when they're creating their brand. It's like the things I did when I was trying to get my brand out there. And they have like the slideshow of, Sarah Blakely's one was like, had all my friends do the photo shoot, and then they had to go to Nordstrom and buy the Spanx because I didn't know if
Yep.
I was going to get any sales, and just like, oh, I love looking at that stuff. It gives
Well,
me such motivation
and to know that she
joy.
started
Yeah,
literally from ground up.
her
She
house,
didn't
and
have
yeah,
anything handed to her. I think she said she had like $5,000 or something in the bank. And
yeah,
she came from a place too, like where, just her story, because I'm mesmerized by her story too. I think she's
yeah.
such an inspiration, but just knew that there was something more out there just by her everyday, her fit of her clothes. And so she cut the pantyhose
Yeah,
off, and
I
then, I
love
mean,
it.
look at now, a $1 billion brand, and just having
It's
purpose
really cool.
behind that. And now, like the fashion, it just serves so many different purposes. But yeah, the sneaks, like I'm just
The
thinking
sneaks are
of,
cool. I
the
was
sneaks are
like, when
cool.
she came
Yeah,
out
they're
with
cool.
that, I was like in the process of designing and everything, and I was
Yeah.
like, Sarah Blakely just came out with a sneaker heel. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so girlfriend, ride that wave, because I think you're
Yeah.
gonna have some really amazing, I don't want to even say luck. I think your stars will be aligned.
Well,
So
thanks.
and I'm going to follow you for sure. So let's, while we're talking about that, being an entrepreneur, obviously it's often glamorized, as we know, right? But what really has been the grittiest or most vulnerable part for you building your brand, the Intuition Kicks? Because I know you had mentioned just a few minutes ago the gritty part of it, right? But what do you feel like has
It's
been really, really gritty?
as glamorous as it looks for sure. I feel
Yeah.
like there's that one image I always see of like it's like the iceberg, and it's like you don't see what's underneath, like that huge ice glacier that's also
All
there.
the
But
work
that's
behind
how I
that.
feel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, I think my biggest struggle is just like doubting myself and being like, you know, like when something doesn't happen right away, or I guess the patience of it too. Like I just want things to happen now, and I think I have such an amazing product, and then I'm like, why aren't people buying, or why aren't
Right.
people seeing it? But there's just not enough eyes on it yet. And
That's right. There will be.
yeah, and I had a big pivotal thing happen a few months ago. For my other business, it's commission only, and I worked selling this particular product line for 9 years. I built it from like the very beginning, and it was very successful and great, and how I was making all of my money. And they decided to go direct, to just have like their inner people working and not have an outside rep in my territory. And that just
Mm.
changed everything, because
Hmm.
now I'm pretty much like have no income besides what I'm doing. And I've been self funding this whole entire thing as well. So it's just
Totally
been like, I think
bootstrapped
it was
to.
a moment that I was like, okay, you know what? I need to start. It was like, you need to start focusing on Intuition Kicks full time and following your passion and your dream. I think it was like a way to like make me go the other direction, full focus, even though I was,
Hmm.
of course, doing it, but I had both kind of happening at the same time. So now that I have like no income, I'm like, okay, here, like this is really
It's,
gritty.
it's,
Like, well,
it's,
it is
yeah.
not glamorous. I'm worrying every single day about when the next sale is going to happen and how I'm going to survive. And I think that's all part of but it's hard internally. And there's nights where, I'm crying and then I'm smiling, and because I got that email that I'm gonna have it in a store, or then it's like you don't know where the money's coming from the next day. It's an
That's,
up and
yeah.
down battle.
And that's the story of the life of an entrepreneur, right? It's like,
But
it's just
I
nothing
wouldn't
but
give any.
waves. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't give it up for anything though. I think
Well,
I'm built for it, and I love it. And like, even though I think one day I always read things, and it's like, you're one of those people that's working every single day, night and day, to have the life you want in a few years. And that's my goal, is to like have that financial freedom and like be able to do things and just like live the life I want. And no
right.
one else is going to make that happen except for me.
That's right.
So
I mean,
why not bet on myself?
you have to bet on yourself, and I mean, be behind your brand. I think it's amazing. And I am sure so many people are going to be behind you for sure, just because it's just going to grow and it's new. It's new. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. Ever. You never know. You don't know who's going to order a pair. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, these are especially now with social media. I mean, being at the platform or, just the marketing piece behind it, just keep pushing it out, and, let definitely the customers, be, speak for it itself. And you just never know who's going to hear it. And I think it's amazing. I'm definitely going to be a customer. I'm going to buy them. I can't wait, for more reasons than one, not just the sneaker itself, but like I said, I want to see the packaging. I love it all. I love it all. So yeah, so really be proud of yourself. And, sometimes it takes, you have to live a life of, watching every dollar you spend, but, yeah, the sacrifices, but at the end, it's going to be so worth it. And just keep branding it.
Just like Sarah Blakely. And I want
Yes.
to share my story, and I want others to be open about their stories. And if they're in a unhappy marriage or unhappy job, whatever it might be,
whatever it is. Yeah.
They look within themselves and they're like, you know what, there's something more out there for me, and I'm going to take a chance on myself. And
yeah, I mean, literally it's like I said, the purpose driven product that makes you feel so good inside that you're helping others. It's a win-win, right? It's a win-win. So that's really, really cool. So, and actually it kind of rolls in my next question that I had for you is, how do you think fashion can serve as a vehicle for empowerment, especially for women navigating personal growth or healing? That was literally my next question. Every question that
I haven't flowing through this so intuitively.
I mean, yes. I mean, and it's not even a planned thing, right? I mean, it's just like, I don't even need these cards, right? It's just the way that, I mean, and I didn't even look at that question until after we just talked about that and you've already answered it. So, I mean, I think that's again, clearly there's a nice flow. You have the purpose behind it. And anytime there's that passion, the purpose, like you can just speak from the heart about it. And now that you have this product, it's really amazing. So
yeah, I love fashion. I mean, I think getting dressed every day and feeling good is such a game changer, because I feel like some days I'll, be in my workout clothes because I go to the gym and then I'm sitting on my computer. But the days that I get ready and look good and feel good is the days that I have the best day. So that was really the goal behind the sneakers, is like, okay, like you're going to step into it. You're going to see that quote, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like, what am I doing today that's going to get me out of my comfort zone? Or what can I do?
Right.
And like really like stepping into that power. And that was really the goal behind it. And yeah, again, there's no sneaker brand doing this. So I'm just like,
that's what I was saying. I've never, yeah.
And
I mean, it's an original for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know if you're into angel numbers or anything, but we do have one specific. So intuition and angel number is 11 or 1111.
1111.
So we do have a sneaker that is the Forza sneaker, and that is an 1111 sneaker. So it has 11 on the side and then on the back as well. So like when you're walking down the street, someone else is going to see your 11.
They're going to see that. Yes. Yes.
And then it's like, okay, like I just saw 1111. Like I always make a wish on 1111. Or if I see that number, I'm like, what is that telling me?
Right. Right.
So yeah, that number means manifestation, intuition. So that's the whole thing.
Yep. It's kind of like when you see it 1111, you see it on your phone or whatever. It's like, all right, make a wish. It's always like everybody knows what that is. It's funny. I was just watching yesterday the podcast with Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey. I don't know if Taylor Swift was on it.
Yeah,
and she was talking about the whole numerical and all of that. And man, it's powerful. It's really powerful.
I gotta listen to that. I saw like clips of it. I loved the one thing she said about like your energy is, I don't know what it was exactly. I reposted on my story, but it was like something about your energy is personal, and like who you give it out to is really important. And
so important. Like
I also have learned a lot is like, you have to like, your battery is very important to you, and like how you do things. And like when people are sucking energy out of you, you can't let them drain it. Yeah.
Yes. And it's I'm such a firm believer in that. And I've paid attention to it in my life, especially the busier I've gotten, or, just the more I'm really honed in and focused on things that really matter to me. the outside world, the people around you can suck the life of, out of you, or just make you feel like whether it's a product or how you're feeling, that you're just not worthy. So yeah, just surrounding yourself around those positive people who are really supporting you, and then being that person to somebody else too. I think
100%.
that's so important, so important. But I did hear her mention that. I watched it was like an hour and 40 minutes. It was really long. I was surprised. And first time, I mean, the fact that she sat on a podcast to do this, everybody was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, this, and here she is, and
Yeah.
everybody can just, watch it. But man, again, though, the whole number, she's really into that whole numerology and all that. And so, yeah,
her album.
yeah.
Every album was like when I was going through the same thing in the same time, because we're like maybe a year apart in age.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, it's just like my life.
It's like she knows me. She's writing the song about just me. Right.
She knows how to get to her
people.
audience.
Yes, that's why everybody loves her. She's such a good soul. And speaking of numbers, I know she's dropping another album. So that was part of her. I mean, the fact that she announced it on this podcast, how cool for all of her fans. What do they call them? The Swifties or yeah. But she did, that is dropped. That'll be available. I think she said October 3rd. So again, her favorite number is 13. So if 103, and so you have the 13 there. So yeah. So yeah. I really think that like you said, people pay attention to those numbers. So the fact that you put that on your sneaker, the 1111, I mean, that's again another genius move of yours. Yeah. So
we have a lot of cool stuff coming out with more angel numbers, like 444, and because there's certain numbers that resonate with people.
Yeah.
And then also just like with Taylor Swift, I love the friendship bracelets that are part of, all her fan base, and also me. And I don't know if you know, what is it called? I have them on my hand so I can, the Little Words Project.
Yes.
Like beaded bracelets.
Yes. And they have the little beaded. Yep.
Yeah. So one of our sneakers that will be coming out, I haven't told anyone this, is gonna have like a beaded, I'm not gonna say what the name of what it will be, but there's like friendship bracelet-esque things within the sneaker. So
that is so cool. Like, when are you gonna launch that? When do you think that'll come out?
Within the year, probably like 2020, early 2026, hopefully.
Very cool. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Yeah.
A lot of stuff to come. So this was just my first collection, and like to see the designs I've created and sketched out and everything for the future, it's like so much more elevated and like cool. So I'm really excited for it. So.
Wow. Yeah. And again, like fashion is everything, and people are not wearing just sneakers to the gym. They wear them with, suits, dresses to the office, to wherever. And especially when they're a high end sneaker and you're spending some pretty good money on it, they're going to get the use out of it. They're going to wear them. So I mean, that's just so much exposure.
When they're like, well, the price point's really high. I'm like, well, think about it. You're going to be wearing these on your feet. They need to be durable.
They have to be comfortable, right? And fashionable, which they are.
So much. Like I go to the bar or anywhere now, and every single girl is wearing sneakers, and it makes me laugh because I was in the generation where we literally wore heels and short skirts in freezing, like 0 degree weather.
Yes.
Anywhere we went for like going out at night, and now everyone's wearing
the
sneakers.
snow.
Like, what happened here? I'm like, why wasn't this happening when we were in college? And
I mean, you see it too. And at any age, whether you are a CEO of a company, a large corporation, sneakers, or even in high school going to prom, you have these, these young women, these girls in their beautiful prom dresses or gowns, and then they have sneakers on. So it's just like, it's the world we live in. So I'll tell you, timing for you is things are going to be great. Things are going to be great. And you take that with the fashion, plus, like we said, the whole, manifesting, and that's all you see now. People are really into manifestation and mental awareness and, advocating for your well-being. And so, you are taking all of this and combining it into your product. It's amazing. So kudos to you, girl. Yeah, I love it.
People are all like that. Everyone is focusing on those things. Not everyone, but a lot of people are focusing on manifestation and just well-being. And that's, really
it's important. Well, I think too, as social media has taken off over the years, and, you have TikTok, Instagram, and all of that. And then you throw in all the filters on top of that. I think that, and a lot of that's not reality, right? It's like you put the filters on and you look better than if you do in real life. Or I think all that really drains on people's, especially women, the way we feel about ourselves. And so again, your message to the world and your product, and just being, so purposely behind it. And it's really going to touch a lot of people throughout the entire world. So, how hard was it for you? Because I know you built these it's in Italy, right? So you go to Italy and you've created your sneaker. How hard was it for you to do that, to find the people, to find who's going to help you with, the production of it? And
Yeah, it was difficult. I mean, but good old Google. I literally Googled
yeah.
like how to start a sneaker company, and
Step 1, 2, 3.
step one, yeah, and here we are. I mean, I found an amazing partner out of New York City who helps me with all the manufacturing, got me connected with this amazing factory in Italy, and so when I had spoken to him first, I told him the concept and the idea, and he was just blown away and fully believes in intuition kicks just like I do. And we just aligned, like our energies aligned. And that's something I always look for when I'm talking to people, is just how do I feel when I'm with them, and what do they bring into like my energy force. And yeah, it just was like amazing vibes. And I was like, I'm going with my gut on this. Let's do it. And he's been such an amazing person and a mentor to me. He's been in the shoe business for a long time.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so it just
And you said you
kind of
didn't
all
know
worked
him
out.
before you started, right? So it's
I
just
found him
by,
on Google.
wow,
I
wow,
found him
that's
on
awesome.
Google, and then we did like a phone call, and our energies were great. And then of course we did it in person and all of that. But I did the steps to make sure it was legit.
Yep.
But it
Right.
was
Yep.
just, yeah, it all worked out. And I found him through an article that was like on Google. So
Well,
it's
wow.
just
And then
kind of
I mean,
crazy.
and the fact that like you are taking the proper steps, and like you can't, people, I think that's the difference. People can manifest something and think it's just going to happen. You've got to put in the work behind it. You've got to take the
100%.
actions.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because we're just,
Yeah. And
things
speaking
aren't just
it,
going to appear. It's work.
yes, there is work behind all of this. It
A
wasn't just like
lot.
it happened and it
Like
manifested
poof.
itself. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like last night I was talking to my boyfriend. I'm like, I just keep saying things out loud. I'm like, this is where I'm going to be next year. And, it's just like putting those positive affirmations out to the world out loud on
Yes.
paper and in your mind. Is you need to do all those things along with the hard work. And I don't think it will fail you. I really don't.
Yeah, especially when you're putting in that hard work, the grit, as we call it, behind it, right? And really believing in yourself as well as the product. It's a recipe for a lot of amazingness. What is
Yeah.
one piece of advice you would give to women who are maybe stuck into maybe they're wanting to launch a business, or whatever it is, but they just feel stuck? What is one piece of advice you would give to somebody else, another woman?
So many things, but
I
I would
know.
say trust your gut, of course, because that's what this whole brand's
Hmm.
about. But trust your gut, believe in yourself, and sit with yourself. Like I feel like I've gotten better at it, but at first, like I don't sit with myself. But when I do, I so many things come to me, and I think that's like that one quote. I don't know who it's by, but it's like be still and know.
Yes,
When you sit
that's
with yourself
powerful.
and you really like get away from your phone and the TV and work and all the things, like those are when the most powerful messages come through for me. And also in movement, of course, because like when I was in spin, I thought of that idea, but just like giving time for yourself and making sure that you have that alone time to be still and know and
Yeah,
follow that
right,
for
right.
sure.
Trust that intuition for sure.
Yeah.
Especially when it just
And
keeps coming
yeah,
back to you. You're like, there's a reason
take the
for
risks
this.
on yourself.
Yeah, love it. Love it. Yeah, definitely. And just jump into it if it's something you really believe in. So I love to end our episodes. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've
But I
had so
love
much fun
to,
as well.
yeah, this has been great. With some fun rapid fire questions. And these are really
Okay.
just kind of off the wall, fun, quick questions,
Okay. All right.
answers. So we're ready. are
Let's do it.
you, and what resonates with you? Morning manifest. We just talked about this. Is so weird. It's like on my rapid fire. Oh my God. So manifestation in the morning or midnight inspiration?
Midnight inspiration.
Okay. Okay. It's this is fun too. Again, how weird. Because you build the shoes in Italy. You make them in Italy. Italian espresso or a green smoothie?
Espresso. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Not a huge coffee drinker, but like if it's Italian espresso, that's different. If it's
That's
Dunkin'
the
Donuts,
yeah, that's yeah. Well, yeah, the Italian espresso. Those are, oh my gosh,
yeah.
delicious. Bold colors or classic neutrals?
Mm. I like both. I'm like
Okay.
a huge. I wear black, but then I have that bold color with it. Like one of my
Something will
favorite pair of
pop it.
shoes is our black with the gold bottom, and then it has like an orange, like traffic red orange backing, and that's like so
Oh,
it gives
very
that
cool.
like pop. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, especially
both.
in fashion and yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Tarot card pull or journaling session?
Tarot card pull.
Yeah, I was
More
gonna
so
say.
oracle cards.
Oh, okay.
I love oracle cards and I do them almost every day. And I feel like when I pull 3 cards every time. And
I
I
was just gonna
always
ask you
feel
how
like,
many do you pull?
yeah, so I'll just like shuffle them, put them out and pick 3 cards and read the messaging behind it. And I feel like most of the time it like really resonates and gives me that thing that I'm looking for. So oracle cards for sure.
All right. Love that one. Solo creative time or a team brainstorm?
Team brainstorm.
Okay.
I feel like people bring different perspectives in, and I like to talk about them out loud. I don't know if you're into human design, that's a whole nother thing, but I'm a projector, which is like a small percentage of people in the world. And that's like, I always have to talk out loud and talk to someone and bounce ideas off of someone. Because for me, I need to have that like feedback and interaction. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, as long as that feedback, you can take it and maybe sometimes it's feedback you need to hear, right? You're like, oh yeah, maybe that wasn't a great thought. Yeah, or don't want to hear. Right. But as long as somebody's not dimming your light, I think that's what's important too, right?
Yeah.
Really, who is the feedback coming from is probably more important, right? Is it somebody that you really value?
I'm going to only brainstorm with the people that don't dim my light and that, believe in me and also like have that creative spark too.
Yep. And that you respect wholeheartedly and vice versa. A city stroll or a beach walk?
Beach walk.
Beach walk. Yeah. I would say that too. Just so much more calming. A podcast binge or a playlist on repeat?
Playlist on repeat for sure. Love music. I think music is so powerful and it just for me resonates with me so much. So, and I love how it brings people together.
For sure. I have to, music is like, if I'm working, I have to have music there. I just, love music, love the energy it brings. Quick gut decision or careful planning?
Well, we're going to know that. We know the answer to this one. Definitely gut decision.
Yep. I was going to say, I could have answered that one for you for sure. Yeah. And the last but not least, heels or sneakers?
Sneakers. Even though I do love my heels, I'm like, that's one thing I struggle with when I'm like promoting the product. Because it's like, I go to these awesome like women events where the women are dressed like so fun, fashionable, and like wearing the heel. And I'm like, do I wear my heel or my sneaker? Because like, I want to promote my sneaker, but I do love a heel too. So I think it just depends on the occasion.
I'm the same. I'm both. I would say I'm 50-50. But I think when you're in those situations, you're like, oh, this probably calls for a heel. Just go get yourself a pair of sneaks. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I gotta get
you guys are going to collide. And then that can be a story. That's the story behind her creating that brand, right? It's comfortable, but in a heel. So I think you guys are definitely, it'll happen. Well, thank you so much, Samantha. This has been so much fun.
It's so much fun too. It's been great to get to know you. And
likewise.
When I come to Chicago again, are you in Chicago?
I am in Chicago. Yes.
We'll have to get together.
Definitely reach out to me and we'll definitely have to, I would love to, maybe we can have some Italian espresso.
Yes.
Or maybe a cocktail.
Yeah, very
And
fancy.
your intuition kicks. We'll
Yes,
go dancing and your intuition kicks and
there we go.
they'll be comfortable. But yeah, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. And I'm really excited to follow your journey. And like I said,
Thank
I will
you.
definitely be a customer for sure. Can't wait. Can't wait.